Okay, so we track pretty much everything these days, right? Our workouts, what we eat, our work days, you name it. But what about when the lights go out? That brings up a huge question. Is it actually a good idea to wear that smartwatch to bed?
We are obsessed with data. We count every step, every calorie. So it seems like the next logical step would be to track our sleep. But, tracking your Z's, well, it's a completely different animal, and it comes with some really surprising pros and cons.
And believe me, this is not some small niche trend. The whole sleep tracker market is projected to be worth almost $29 billion by 2025. I mean, that is a ton of people looking for answers hidden in their sleep data. So what are they hoping to find?
Well, to get to the bottom of it, we're going to look at the good, the bad, and honestly, the kind of creepy side of it all. We'll start with the promise of tracking, then dive into the physical and mental health risks, a security threat you've probably never even considered, and finally, a real practical action plan for you.
So first things first, why are we so obsessed with these things to begin with? It all comes down to the promise of personal, intimate data about ourselves.
I mean, think about it. These watches are basically tiny little science labs strapped to your wrist. While you're off in dreamland, they are busy tracking everything: your sleep stages, your heart rate, your blood oxygen, even your skin temperature. Some can even listen in on your snoring. It's creating this incredibly detailed map of your entire night.
And that's where the magic is supposed to happen. The whole idea is to take all that information and turn it into real-world action. You see a pattern, maybe you realize that late-night coffee really is messing with your deep sleep. It's about making small tweaks that could have a huge impact on your health in the long run.
But hold on a second, it's not all sunshine and perfect sleep scores. Wearing a device 24/7 comes with some physical risks you really need to be aware of. And let's start with the one everyone worries about. Radiation. Yeah, it's a scary word, but here's the deal. Your smartwatch emits way less energy than your phone does. We're talking orders of magnitude less. So according to all the current science, you can probably rest easy on this one. Okay, but here's something that might actually keep you up at night. Your watch band is, well, it's probably disgusting. A 2023 study found that a whopping 95% of them are just crawling with bacteria. Yikes. And we're not just talking about a little harmless dust here. We're talking about some nasty stuff, like staph, which can cause skin infections, and even E. coli on 60% of watches. Yeah, that E. coli, the kind that can make you really, really sick. The good news is the fix is super simple. All it takes is a quick 3-step routine. Cleanse it, rinse it, and then dry it really well. Just do this on the regular, and you should be good to go. All right, so we've covered the physical stuff. But what about the mental side of things? Is it possible that all this data is actually bad for our heads?
So there is this term floating around called orthosomnia. It's basically when you become so obsessed with getting that perfect sleep score on your watch that the stress and anxiety you create for yourself actually makes your sleep worse. How ironic is that?
So how do you not fall into that trap? It's really all about your mindset. Look at the big picture, focus on your weekly trends, not just one bad night. And remember, this thing is a guide. It's not a doctor. Most importantly, if you find it stressing you out, just take it off for a few nights. Listen to your body over the data. And here's the real kicker, something that might be a bigger deal than radiation. These trackers aren't always right. In fact, they can sometimes overestimate how much sleep you're getting, which gives you a totally false sense of security. You might wake up thinking you got a solid 8 hours, when in reality, you were tossing and turning for a couple of them. Now, we need to talk about a risk that almost nobody brings up, but it might just be the most serious one of all. What if we stop thinking about the smartwatch as a health tracker and start thinking of it as a surveillance device that you willingly wear 24/7? Just take a look at this. On the left, you've got the metrics from a polygraph, a lie detector test. On the right, your smartwatch. Notice the overlap? They're both tracking your heart rate, your breathing. Your watch just adds a whole lot more data to the mix. But here's the difference. Unlike a lie detector, your watch is always on. It's recording how your body physically reacts to everything: that heated conversation, a scary movie, that stressful email from your boss. It is constantly building a detailed psychological profile of you minute by minute. So what happens to all that deeply personal data? Well, as one security expert warns, AI can process all of it to figure out your weaknesses, your triggers, what motivates you. And the truly scary part?
That information could potentially be used against you for things like targeted scams or even blackmail.
Okay, so if you're feeling a little freaked out right now, don't worry. The point isn't to scare you into throwing your watch away. There are ways to use it safely and still get the benefits. Here is your personal action plan.
First, a simple pre-sleep checklist. Loosen the strap by a notch to let your skin breathe. Turn on sleep mode so the screen and alerts don't wake you up. Make sure your wrist and the band are clean and dry. And you know what? Take a night off from tracking every now and then. It's good for you.
And let's talk charging real quick because this is super important. Always charge it on a hard, flat surface like a desk, not your bed. And this should go without saying, but never wear it while it's charging. Keep it away from anything flammable like pillows or blankets, seriously.
And finally, maybe the most important rule of them all, remember that your watch is a wellness tool. It is not a medical device. If you have serious concerns about your sleep, like you think you might have apnea or chronic insomnia, please go talk to an actual doctor. Your watch data might be a good starting point for that conversation, but it is not a diagnosis.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one question you have to ask yourself. Is all this data actually making you healthier, or is it just making you more anxious? Be honest with yourself. The answer to that question is going to tell you everything you really need to know.